Hello booktube, hello book friends, welcome back to my channel and another video, and probably quite a short one, just a couple of updates, one on my kind of TBR, and another on a new project that I want to start somewhere soon, probably in the next month or so. Firstly, on the TBR, if you've watched these videos for a while, and I think I've been on BookTube for nearly 6 months now, you will have noticed that these three piles of books on my filing cabinet haven't really got any smaller, and they are part of my TBR. There is a chair to my right, just out of shot, which has another two piles of books on that are of similar height to the three you can see behind me, and there are more stacked up around the room. My TBR is a bit out of control, so what I've decided to do, I'm not going to do a read what you own challenge, because I struggle with things that involve numbers, like 100 books before you buy any new ones. And even when I did 25, I struggled. I was trying to, get through it as quickly as I could and reading short books and things like that. I want to tackle my TBR in a kind of meaningful way. So what I'm going to do is go on a bit of a book buying hiatus, I suppose. And I guess I'm here for a bit of accountability. So, trying not to do book hauls and things like that. I will still buy books for book events, book challenges, if I need to. Although I will try and find books that I own in order to do those challenges rather than buying new ones. There are a few pre-orders and things I have. I'm not cancelling those. I'm just going to let them arrive when they are published. I think they're mostly published this month and next month. But outside of that, I'm going to try really hard not to make these piles. I mean, I think the problem is what I do is I do read books off of these piles, and I'll read one and then another one will arrive and it'll go on the pile. So the pile never gets any smaller. It just changes in the recipe changes, I guess, in terms of the author of the book that's on there. So yeah, that's one plan. And that's starting immediately. And I do have a few books that I need to take to the book exchange box in the village and things like that. So there are bits of the piles that aren't quite TBR. They're kind of to be taken to the book exchange box, for example, because they've been read and they're not books that I particularly want to keep. And then the second thing I'm going to try and do is, as you know, I am a big fan of Alistair MacLean, and have been since I was a child. I think I've read all of his books. I'm pretty sure I've read all of his books. I'm not sure that I remember a good proportion of them. There are many that I reread multiple times, and on a fairly regular basis, we'll pick up certain of his novels and reread them. But what I'm going to try and do is read them all in publication order. So starting with HMS Ulysses, which was the first book of his that was published, and then work my way through them. So I think The Guns of Neverone is next, and I can't remember what comes after that. Might be The Last Frontier. Might be Night Without. It might be Night Without End. He says, looking up at his shelves, because I think those are in order. But anyway, that's my plan. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. Just reading maybe one a month, until I think there's 20 something books. So this is the first. It's about an Arctic convoy in World War II. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. So yeah, a couple of quick announcements. And if you've got any ideas for tackling my TBR pile other than reading lots of books, I'd be interested to know. As I say, I don't really want to do a read what you own challenge because I will probably fail, and I don't terribly work well with numbers like I must read so many books before a certain date or before I do anything else. So yeah, that's the plan, just to be conscious about my book buying anyway. So thanks for watching. I will speak to you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.